Ever wondered what happens after your spiritual awakening ends? This question has sparked curiosity in many, and today we'll delve into this fascinating subject. Spiritual awakening is a profound shift in consciousness, a transcendence of the ego, leading to a deeper connection with the universe. It's like an inner light bulb moment where you suddenly become aware of a world beyond the physical, where everything is interconnected. It's a journey, a transformation that can be as tumultuous as it is enlightening. But what happens when this awakening ends? Does it even end? Or does it merely transition into a new phase? In this video, we're going to explore the aftermath of a spiritual awakening. We've identified 5 key things you can expect to happen once your spiritual awakening concludes. We'll discuss how your intuition might increase, leading to heightened perception and understanding. We'll talk about a shift in priorities as your values and interests evolve. We'll delve into the increased desire to help others as you become more attuned to the collective consciousness. We'll also explore the sense of oneness, a profound realization that we're all part of the same cosmic tapestry. And finally, we'll discuss how this journey is ongoing, even when the initial awakening phase ends. Our intent is not to define or limit your experience, but to provide a roadmap, a guide to help navigate this profound and transformative journey. Remember, every journey is unique, just like every individual is unique. So, whether you're in the midst of your spiritual awakening, or you've crossed that threshold and are curious about what comes next, we hope this video will provide insights, spark conversations, and perhaps even answer some of your questions. If you find this topic intriguing, do consider subscribing to our channel. Your support helps us create more content like this. The end of a spiritual awakening isn't a full stop, rather a comma leading to the next sentence. The culmination of a spiritual awakening often brings with it an array of emotions and experiences. It's like walking through a long, dark tunnel and finally seeing a glimmer of light at the end. But what does it mean for a spiritual awakening to end? Well, let's ponder on that for a moment. Imagine you're reading a book and you reach the end of a chapter. Do you just close the book and say, "Well, that's it, I'm done"? No, you turn the page and continue to the next chapter, looking forward to the new perspectives and experiences it will bring. The same is true for your spiritual journey. The end of a spiritual awakening is not an end at all, but rather a transition. It's a shift from one phase of spiritual growth to another. It's like a butterfly emerging from its cocoon, ready to spread its wings and explore the world from a whole new perspective. This transition can be a time of great joy and anticipation, but it can also bring feelings of uncertainty and fear. After all, change can be challenging, especially when it involves something as deeply personal as our spiritual beliefs and experiences. But remember, the end of a spiritual awakening isn't a door closing, it's a new one opening. It's important to note that everyone's spiritual journey is unique. There's no one-size-fits-all roadmap to follow. The end of your spiritual awakening may look very different from someone else's, but regardless of the specifics, one thing is certain. This transition marks the beginning of a new phase of spiritual growth. So what can you expect in this new phase? Let's delve into the 5 things that commonly occur. They will help you navigate this transition with grace and ease, and prepare you for the exciting journey that lies ahead. So buckle up, brace yourself, and let's dive into the unknown together. The first thing you might notice is an increase in your intuition. Now, let's delve deeper into this intriguing aspect. You may be wondering, what does it mean to have increased intuition? Well, intuition is often referred to as a gut feeling, an instinct, or an inner voice. It's that hunch, that nagging sense that guides you when logic and reason fail to provide an answer. When you undergo a spiritual awakening, this intuition can become amplified. It's as if you've been given a new set of eyes, or rather a new sense that allows you to perceive things you never could before. You start to pick up on subtle cues, see patterns in seemingly random events, or just simply know things without knowing how you know them. This enhanced intuition can manifest in a variety of ways. For instance, you might find yourself having vivid, meaningful dreams that seem to predict future events. You could wake up one morning remembering a dream about an old friend you haven't spoken to in years, And then later that day, they call you out of the blue. It's as if your subconscious mind is tuned into a frequency that picks up on these future occurrences. Alternatively, you might experience strong gut feelings about people or situations. You meet someone for the first time, and you instantly know whether you can trust them or not. Or perhaps you're about to make a decision, and you feel a strong pull towards one option, even if it doesn't logically make sense. These gut feelings are your intuitive compass, guiding you along your path. Increased intuition also extends to a heightened sense of empathy. You become more attuned to the emotions of those around you. You can walk into a room and instantly pick up on the mood. If someone is happy, you feel their joy. If they're sad, you feel their sorrow. This emotional intuition can be intense, but it can also be a powerful tool for understanding and connecting with others. However, it's essential to remember that while this increased intuition can be helpful, it should not replace critical thinking and logical reasoning. It's all about balance. Think of your intuition as another tool in your toolbox, a compass to guide you when the map is unclear. So, how can you nurture this newfound intuition? Start by paying attention to your dreams and gut feelings. Keep a journal and note down any hunches or instincts you have and see if they come true. Practice mindfulness and meditation to tune into your inner voice, and above all, trust yourself. Your intuition is a part of you, and it's there for a reason. Ultimately, the spiritual awakening journey is about discovering and honoring all aspects of your being, and that includes your intuition. So don't be surprised if you find yourself more in tune with your inner voice. The second thing you might experience is a shift in your priorities. After a spiritual awakening, it's not uncommon to find your values and priorities evolving. This shift, while it can be disconcerting, is a natural part of the journey. You're not the same person you were before your awakening, and as such, it's only fitting that what you value and prioritize should change as well. You see, after an awakening, we often develop a deeper understanding of our true selves, our desires, and our purpose. This newfound self-awareness can lead to a realignment of our priorities. What once seemed important may now feel trivial, and what we once ignored may now hold a newfound significance. This shift can affect every aspect of your life, from your relationships to your career, and even your lifestyle. For instance, you may find that your career, which you once pursued with relentless ambition, suddenly feels hollow or unfulfilling. You may start to question the value of material success, and instead yearn for something more meaningful. Similarly, your relationships might undergo a transformation. You may find yourself drifting away from friendships that no longer resonate with your new values, and you might be drawn towards relationships that offer deeper connections and mutual growth. Even your lifestyle can undergo a change. You might find yourself drawn to a simpler, more mindful way of living. You may start to appreciate the beauty of silence, the joy of solitude, or the peace that comes from living in the present moment. You might find pleasure in things that are free and accessible, a sunrise, a walk in the park, or the sound of the ocean waves. Now, this shift in priorities can be challenging. It can lead to a sense of alienation, as you may feel out of sync with the world around you. It can also lead to a period of transition, as you let go of old habits, beliefs, and relationships, and embrace the new. But remember, this shift is not about losing yourself. It's about discovering who you truly are. It's about aligning your life with your true values, passions, and purpose. It's about living authentically and courageously, even if it means stepping out of your comfort zone or going against the grain. So if you're experiencing this shift in priorities, embrace it. It's a sign of growth, a sign that you're evolving into a higher version of yourself. It's a sign that you're shedding the layers of societal conditioning and stepping into your true power. And lastly, don't be afraid to let go of the life you thought you wanted. Sometimes we hold on to things not because they serve us, but because they're familiar. But growth requires change. Change requires letting go, and letting go requires courage. So be brave, be bold, and remember it's okay to outgrow the life you thought you wanted. The third thing you may notice is an increased desire to help others. A spiritual awakening is not just a journey of self-discovery, but it also opens up your heart and mind to the world around you. Imagine a pebble thrown into a pond. As it hits the water, it creates ripples. In the same way, your spiritual awakening creates an emotional ripple effect. It starts from within you and extends outward, touching those around you and beyond. This ripple effect is your newfound desire to extend a helping hand to others, to make a difference, to contribute positively to the world. This transformation is a natural progression of your spiritual journey. As you begin to understand and accept yourself, you in turn become more understanding and accepting of others. You start to see the world not as a collection of separate individuals, but as a collective whole. You realize that we are all interconnected, and that what affects one affects all. Your heightened sense of empathy and compassion begins to guide your actions. You may find yourself driven to volunteer at a local charity, or perhaps you'll be moved to donate to a cause that resonates with you. You might even find yourself being more patient and understanding with the people in your daily life, be it your family, friends, or even strangers. This desire to help is not driven by a sense of duty or obligation, but rather it comes from a place of genuine love and compassion. You want to help because you feel connected to others, and you want to alleviate their suffering. Remember, this does not mean you have to save the world single-handedly. Even the smallest acts of kindness can create a ripple effect. A simple smile, a kind word, or a listening ear can make a world of difference to someone who is struggling. And here's the beautiful part. In helping others, you're also helping yourself. You're fostering a sense of fulfillment, purpose, and happiness within yourself. You're growing, evolving, and becoming a more compassionate and loving individual. In helping others, you help yourself. This is the profound gift of a spiritual awakening. The fourth thing you might experience is a sense of oneness. Now, this might sound a bit abstract, but bear with me. This sense of oneness is not merely about feeling united with the people around you. It's much more profound than that. It's about feeling a deep intrinsic connection with everything in existence. It's about realizing that you are a part of a vast, intricate web of life, and everything you do, however small or insignificant it might seem, affects this web in some way. You see, when we go through a spiritual awakening, our perspective shifts dramatically. We start to see beyond the superficial differences that seem to separate us from each other and the world around us. We start to understand that at the core, we're all made of the same stuff. We're all stardust, born from the heart of a dying star billions of years ago. This understanding is not just intellectual, it's visceral. It's a feeling that seeps into your bones, into your very being. It's a feeling of being at home in the universe, of belonging to something much larger than yourself. It's a feeling of being intimately connected with every leaf, every bird, every star in the sky. And this sense of oneness is not static. It's dynamic, it's alive. It pulsates with the rhythm of life itself. It grows and deepens with each breath you take, with each moment you live. It's a constant reminder that you are not separate, that you are not alone. But remember, this sense of oneness is not about losing your individuality. It's about expanding your sense of self to include the whole universe. It's about realizing that you are both a unique expression of life and an integral part of the cosmic dance. In this state of oneness, you might find a profound peace, a deep joy, a boundless love. You might find a new way of being, a new way of seeing, a new way of living. And in this way, your spiritual awakening becomes a beautiful journey of constant discovery, of constant growth, of constant love. You're not a drop in the ocean, but the entire ocean in a drop. The fifth thing to remember is that this is an ongoing journey. One vital point to understand about spiritual awakening is that it's not a one-time event, but rather a continuous process of growth and evolution. The so-called end of a spiritual awakening isn't really an end at all. Instead, it's merely the beginning of a deeper, more profound journey. Just as a caterpillar transforms into a butterfly, your spiritual awakening is a metamorphosis. It's a shift from living in a cocoon of materialistic desires and superficial concerns to spreading your wings in the boundless skies of spiritual wisdom and enlightenment. But remember, even after a butterfly emerges, It continues to fly, to explore, and to grow. Similarly, your spiritual journey doesn't stop at the point of awakening. It's an ongoing expedition, a constant quest for higher consciousness. As you embark on this journey, you'll find that each day brings a new lesson, a new insight, a new opportunity to grow. You'll start to see the world through a different lens, one that is clearer and more focused on the bigger picture. You'll begin to understand the interconnectedness of all things, the sacredness of life, and the eternal nature of the soul. And as you walk this path, you'll realize that the journey itself is the reward. Every step you take, every challenge you overcome, every moment of joy and sorrow, they all contribute to your spiritual growth. They all weave together to form the tapestry of your spiritual journey. You may stumble, you may fall, but remember, it's all part of the journey. These stumbles are not setbacks, but stepping stones, guiding you towards a higher state of consciousness. They are opportunities for growth, chances to learn and evolve. So embrace this journey with open arms. Cherish each moment, each lesson, each revelation, because in the grand scheme of things, it's these experiences that define us, that shape our souls, that make us who we are. Remember, the journey is the destination. So these are the 5 things you can expect after your spiritual awakening ends. You may find your intuition heightened, guiding you in ways you never thought possible. Your priorities could shift dramatically as you begin to value what truly matters in life. You might also feel an increased desire to help others, driven by an inner call to make a difference in the world. The sense of oneness, of being connected to everything and everyone, may become a constant in your life. And remember, this is an ongoing journey, a beautiful dance of self-discovery and growth. We would love to hear your experiences, your insights, and your journey. The comments section is a great place to share your thoughts and connect with others who are on a similar path. So feel free to leave a note or two. Thank you for watching. Remember, your spiritual journey is unique and beautiful. Embrace it.